Triton's 4-2. You sure you don't want to go to Kavanaugh? you take.
Your Lourdes Eagles. This contest is sanctioned by the Minnesota State High School League. The league and its member schools support good sportsmanship. Fans, please support tonight's teams, players, coaches, officials, and the efforts of the high school league with positive sportsmanship. And now we invite everyone to stand and remove your headwear as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, performed by the Lourdes High School Pep Band under the direction of Aaron French.
Good evening from Rochester Regional Stadium. We're here for a matchup between the 4-2 Lourdes Eagles and the 4-2 Triton Cobras. Beautiful night here at the stadium, 60 degrees. It feels like football, doesn't it, Dave?
It finally feels like football, yes.
It's going to be a great matchup here between two Class 2A football teams, both competing for the section championship, and it really is a big game for seeding purposes.
Huge game, big game for both teams. Right now, obviously, Chatfield is kind of running away with the section, but the number 2 seed is a coveted position.
Yeah, it's a tough section. I mean, you have so many good historical programs with Triton and with Caledonia, and obviously with the Eagles, and Chatfield has become a juggernaut the last, really 5 to 10 years. That program has really improved.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, this Section 2A is just stacked. This section, Section 1, 2A, I should say, is just stacked. So I'm looking forward to a really great game. I think it's going to be very different than what we saw last week against Rushford. We're going to be seeing a much more, I'll say, aerial attack than we saw coming out from Rushford last week, led by, of course, Pierce Peterson, who we've talked about, Penn State commit to play tight end there, but just a tremendous athlete, might be the best athlete in Southern Minnesota.
Yeah, he's very talented. It's going to be fun to watch. I mean, we talk about contrasting styles of football. You have the Lourdes Eagles that are going to, run the ball. They're going to run that veer, the option. And they do it so effectively for so many years. And like you said, Triton's going to come out and throw the ball. We're going to see them open it up. They've got one of the best players in the state. Quite frankly, just, simply one of the best athletes in the state, regardless of sport.
And for the Eagles, coming off a great win against Rushford, and we really saw the offense get going. Chase Carroll made some tremendous plays against the Trojans last week, both with his feet, a few passes. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't know that Triton's seen anything quite like us, and I'm not sure we've seen anything quite like them yet. So really looking forward to this game.
Yeah, it's one of those, here we are on a Friday night. It's the last Friday night game of the year. Friday night lights end after this because next week, they play on a Wednesday as they prepare for the MEA break and then the playoffs. So it's going to be, you can't beat it. 60-degree weather, great games, two well-coached teams, or great teams, I should say, and incredibly well-coached. So I'm really looking forward to tonight.
Absolutely. So Lourdes had won the toss, and of course deferred to the second half. So we're going to get to see Triton right out of the gate here, and we'll see. I mean, it's a big challenge for this Lourdes defense, but this Lourdes defense has really had a good year. I mean, yeah, they've given up some big chunk plays, given up some runs, but they've really buckled down. I mean, last week, I think they stopped, I want to say it was 4 4th downs that we stopped Rushford on. So, you know, I don't know if that's bend, don't break, or whatever you want to call it, but they've got some moxie, is what I'll say.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a game. I know Coach Kessler, I talked to him a little bit today about the ball game, and obviously he respects the coaching staff for Triton, has a tremendous amount of respect for their quarterback, and you know, he mentioned a few other kids, a wide receiver that they have, and some linemen, linebacker in particular, that he's really excited to see, and you know, they're going to try to game plan the best they can around those kids.
Yeah, and for the Eagles, we get back Caleb Akimblue. Now, where we're going to see him, are we going to see 100% Caleb? I don't know, but really important to get him back, you know, on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and you know, you talk about both sides of the ball. Obviously, he's going to get some carries at tailback, but you know, one of his strengths is at the corner position. You know, he's a big kid. You know, Caleb's got to be close to 6'3". I mean, 210, 215. So, big-bodied kid, and it's not as if Lourdes has a ton of those these days, right? I mean, we don't have a lot of 6'3" athletes. So, I'm really looking forward to this game, and you know, I think we're going to see a lot of kids at tailback, whether it's Max Peterson or, you know, Caleb, or the young kid that's really stepped up, Lucas Brooks, who's done just a tremendous job. And, you know, I've always enjoyed watching him. He's talented. He runs hard. And, you know, we've had that conversation before. He's sort of a kind of a one-cut kid, right? I mean, we talked about, you know.
Goes downhill.
Some people on this broadcast are going to remember Scotty Graham. You know, he reminds me of Scotty Graham, just runs hard, runs into
You're really
people.
dating yourself now.
Hey, but Scotty Graham came out of nowhere, right? I mean, wasn't he selling like pharmaceuticals when the Vikes signed him, and came and
I think that's
had a couple of really great years for the Vikings? So,
Ben Seeger, number 14, back to kick for the Eagles, and back to return is number 8, Christian Valdez. You will see him along with. There's two kind of upbacks from him. Number 5, Garrett Jensen. He's a dynamic wide receiver that you spoke about earlier. And I believe it's number 6, Braxton Koss, whose father is a heck of a golfer.
But let me point out, when I played golf with him in Brainerd, I did almost beat him. It was only 2 strokes.
That's true.
You know, so hopefully he watches this broadcast back. So
I think he only beat me by 20.
Here comes the kickoff for the Eagles. It's going to be fielded at about the 16-yard line. It's going to cut up. We're going to see a penalty, so it's going to be a penalty, and he's going to be stopped at about the 26-yard line.
I think that's going to be a block in the back or a hold or some kind of illegal blocking infraction on the Cobras.
Well, that's going to back them up into their own territory here. They're going to have the ball, I would guess, at about, the 16-yard line based upon the enforcement of this penalty. You know, the great part about this game, too, is we know people from both towns. So I am hoping we get a lot of text messages about different guys, different kids. I'm looking forward to it. We've got a coach on the other side that we're going to have to give a hard time to for sure.
Yeah, at halftime. That's a penalty on Brady Staub. Excellent senior for the Cobras.
Well, this is going to be a battle of, like you talked about, 2 strengths, the Lourdes defense against the Triton offense, and I'm really looking forward to this. You know, you have these 2 athletes in southern Minnesota, in Peterson and the Roman Voss kid out of Jackson County, so it's going to be fun.
You're going to see a lot of shotgun, but they run multiple formations. They spread the ball. They try to get to the edges. There's a guy in motion.
He's going to look to the flat, nothing there. It's going to come on the backside. Are they going to get him?
And he's going to get sacked.
It's going to be taken down at about the 2-yard line. Let's see where they give him field position.
They're going to give him forward progress to the 5. I don't think that's correct. I think he reestablished.
Yeah, you know, I've always wondered with that rule, because the the defensive player was engaged the whole time.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so it's a question of where, like you talked about, where did the forward progress end? But either way, great play by the Lourdes defense. A lot
Huge
of
play.
Great defensive integrity there, covering the flat. Looks like that's where
yeah,
he
and you could see there, Pierce was trying to get out of the pocket, and they kept him in there. Just had nowhere to go. Coming on that pistol again, a little tighter formation.
So we're going to have second down and long in motion. He's going to drop back. He's going to have to roll out a little bit. He's not going to have much there. He's going to throw it downfield. It's going to be thrown out of bounds.
There's nobody there.
Again, nice job by the Eagle defense. Nothing available out there.
Yeah, so big third down here. I mean, you'll see there. I mean, Peter Sean, even with that incompletion, you can see he throws the ball effortlessly 34 yards.
He's a big kid, big athlete. So Triton's going to have the ball. It's going to be third down and about 21. They're going to be inside their own 5-yard line here.
Split down at the bottom of your screen is Jensen. In the slot is Valdez. They are both threats.
They have a tight end on the right side of the formation. He's going to look out to the flat.
They got him bobbled up.
It's going to be taken down. It's going to be short. No first down.
It's a pass to junior Jackson Kramer. But the Eagles defend that well. Really good start for the Eagles defensively.
Peterson kid's going to be back on the punt. We're going to have Triton's got the ball at their own 14.
Is it Peter Sean? Peter Sean?
Peter Sean, I believe.
Peter Sean.
And Peterson. That's your name. Peterson.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we're the original.
The original. The first Scandinavian
there's
interpretation.
another Peterson back to the field.
Snap's going to be up. Kick's going to be up. It's going to fall. It's going to go out of bounds.
That's the old Peter. He's going to mark it, and he's going to start walking forward. Or not.
Nope.
Wow.
I never question officials, but I don't think that's about
that was 5 yards short of where it crossed. But that's great field position, you know. You get a great stop, get the sack, get the punt, and you're starting in plus territory.
Head of the crew tonight is Jared Butson, who is a well-known official, you know, one of the great white hats in southern Minnesota. So we got a great crew tonight for this game.
You're going to see a lot of stand-up ends here for the Triton.
So Carroll's under center. The give is going to be to Peterson for a gain of 2 yards.
It's tackle by 77 Henry McMartin.
Eagles will be happy if they just a little bit, after a little bit, after a little bit, control the game, control the clock.
Yeah, I think they would be content if they could rip off 4 or 5 yards of play.
I don't think it's going to be like Cannon Falls, though, where we had a 13-minute first
and
quarter.
Gun. It's interesting. You don't see this a whole lot on 2nd and 8.
Peterson in motion.
They're all great
Great run.
Great run.
Carroll. It's going to be down at the 5-yard line. Great job by Chase Carroll. Great blocking.
Great play design. They bring Max in motion for almost like a fake shuttle pass, and Carroll just tucks in right behind him. Excellent blocking by the line. Huge hole for him.
That was incredibly creative. Great run, and Carroll showed some speed there. I mean, he burst, and
he's got great vision, and we saw that last week when he ripped off, I don't know how many yards he had, 150 or something near that.
Lourdes goes back to their standard I formation. Peterson's deep. He's the deep back. Carroll under center.
They're showing blitz,
Snap.
and they will.
He's going to hold and keep, and he's going to be taken down after a gain of about 2 yards.
That's the option.
We're going to second down and goal. That was tough. He didn't have much there. You know, there was no pitch available. That DA kind of came out.
And good decision to tuck that one in and not try to pitch it and end up with a turnover potentially.
We have strong side to the left. Carroll under center. That's going to be the give to Lovely and a touchdown.
Yeah,
touchdown, Lovely. Lourdes Eagles are going to take a 6-0 lead over the Triton Cobras.
A great block by Akal Manyang. Pancake the guy. Guy cut across his face and took him right to the turf, and Lovely cut right behind him.
Have you ever met a happier kid than a call?
I don't think so. He is.
I coached him in baseball last year. I just love that kid.
He is a great kid. Great
Works
job by
hard,
Paul.
just a solid kid.
And an excellent read by Lovely to tuck in behind that and just walk in.
Eagles line up for the extra point. Snaps a little high. Nice hold. Kick is up. And the
It is
kick
good.
is good. Lourdes Eagles 7. Triton Cobras 0. Good start for the Eagles.
Perfect start. I don't think you could draw it up any better than that. I mean, Coach Kess loves to defer to the second half. I mean, as most coaches do these days. But to get the stop and then the immediate score, I mean, dream start. You couldn't have dialed it up better.
Do you ever remember that as a kid? I don't think coaches ever deferred back in the day. That's
never.
It's like new age football over the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, it's probably all this analytics stuff that kind of seems to be consuming the sport these days.
I see Coach Kessler doing a lot of analytics, though, not at all, probably.
Right. Probably not.
He does his own pro football focus grades,
Yep.
No, we definitely have the kind of old school style football coaches. They play their brand of football and they play it well.
Yeah, we got a fair amount of that in southeast Minnesota. I mean, Cannon Falls, classic example.
Plainview. So the Eagles are going to line up to kick from the 40-yard line. Kick into the Cobras, up 7-0. Great start for the Eagles. Kick's going to be up. It's going to be a short kick that hopefully it goes out of bounds. So it's going to be a penalty, and the Cobras.
35?
I believe it's 35 at the high school level.
Yeah. So you didn't see Caleb Akinbolu on offense that series, but he is coming in on defense. And I believe he was in the first series. I guess I didn't notice.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if he's on, almost like a quote-unquote pitch count, right, as he kind of gets back from injury. And
right.
Sort of like Christian Darrisaw, last week when he came back.
Yep.
They limited how many snaps he had.
Eagles defensive line, from the bottom of your screen to the top, Jack Nelson, D-end. I think that's Luke Roth, D-tackle, Michael Love, D-tackle, and Jonathan Bergman, other D-end.
Very quick
Linebackers
defensive
are
line.
Ed Lovely and Max Trudy. Corners are Caleb. And here's the run.
Peterson on the keep. He's going to gain.
Boy, does he move well.
He's fast. He's big. He's athletic. Nice gain of 9 yards by Peterson. I got to get that right. I apologize for those at home for Triton. I will be better about that.
As I was saying, Akinbolu and Robert Bowden are the corners, and the safeties are Max Peterson, strong safety. Free safety is Lucas Brooks, number 34.
So Triton's going to have it second and short from their own 44-yard line. Coming out in that standard shotgun, I think we'll largely see that today.
You got Hunter Garnis, who's kind of like their H-back there.
He's going to roll out to the left. Nothing's available. He's going to have to scramble, and he's going to have to throw that ball away.
Yeah, he intended for cost, but really just getting rid of it. And again, great job by the Eagle defense to just bottle them up. Don't let them outside the pocket.
I'm interested. The Eagles are different than some high school football teams in that they generally play a zone defense, right? Rarely you're going to see them play man-to-man.
Right.
So I'll be curious to kind of watch what they do here with Peterson. If they stay in that standard zone, or if they're, third and long, do they go to more of a man-to-man look with two deep safeties? Are they going to spy him during most of the game with one of their linebackers? Lovely is a heck of a linebacker.
I got to believe this is a run.
It's probably your old the tush-push you love, but not quite.
That was an odd snap. It's almost like everybody was
paused.
waiting to see, are we playing football?
The defense and the offense both waited to see what was going to happen.
I know. It's a first down.
So Triton's going to have a first down. They're still in their own territory at the 48.
Another area, huge game. Byron at Stewartville. Stewartville with the first score. They're up 6-0.
Where's that game at? It's
in Stewartville.
It's in Stewartville. So Triton's going to be at their own 48 out of the shotgun. Looks upfield. He's got a receiver in the flat. Nice catch. Good tackle. He's gained about, 6-7 yards on the play?
Yeah, it's just a simple out. Caleb was given a lot of space on that, and Graydon Thomas, number 4, gets the ball and delivered right on time as well.
Yeah, one of their
Peterson.
talented receivers. Triton's got a lot of good athletes on both sides of the ball.
They're long.
Yeah.
I've got to make it a point to watch Pierce play basketball this season. I didn't get a chance last year to watch him.
Yeah, very good basketball player. Family of athletes. They've had multiple athletes that have gone on to play collegiately. His brothers
Here
run
comes the
track
blitz
at
from
Mankato.
Trudy. Peterson gets away from it.
Ooh, that's a big hit. I don't know who came up on that hit. It was Peterson on Peter Shaw. That was a big hit.
Yeah, but there you just see that it's just athlete.
Well, and that's that issue of contain, right? I know one of their goals today is keep him in the pocket, don't let him escape and be free, out in space.
Yeah, and Trudy had an excellent blitz, was right there, but you're talking Penn State commit,
Yeah.
6'5",
Great athlete.
state track champion kind of speed.
So Triton's going to have the ball at 32. We're coming up in a little bit of a press look. Be interesting to see if do they call false start or
they're calling offsides, I
they're
think.
going to say he got into the neutral zone to cause the movement.
Yeah, Deacon Langsdale came up, and then I think he got right into the neutral zone there.
We have a few people, that are watching from home or watching from Scotland. Brian and Jill Leary, who are in Edinburgh, Scotland, I think tuned into the game, which is crazy because it's got to be about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Pretty late, yeah.
So they're
That's dedication.
that is dedication. Son Pat is one of the coaches on the Lourdes staff, former grade high school baseball, basketball, football player for the Eagles. And their son Alex also ran track and was a football player for the Eagles as well. Solid lineman. Peterson's going to roll out. He's going to.
Incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a dangerous pass. He tried to fit that between 2 defenders.
Yeah, it was there, and I think
There's a
Kramer
little zip on that
was
ball.
hearing some footsteps there.
Yeah, 2 defenders, zip on the ball. That's tough at the high school level to catch.
I got a shout out to Joe Lovely on his birthday today. Happy birthday,
Joe, my old neighbor.
Yeah.
So Triton's going to have the ball. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 in Eagle territory, about the 26, 27-yard line. He's going to look in the flat. He's going to hit. Kimberly's going to come up on the tackle.
Thomas.
Like we talked about, very simple route, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of watching that corner. You're seeing what the corner does. If the corner's backpedaling, you're going to hit the little out.
And there's a lot of cushion there, and that is by design.
Yep.
And right now, Triton's taking what's being given to them. I don't think you're going to see a ton of press coverage with the arm and the ability of Peterson to extend plays really hard for a cornerback to cover that deep. But now as we get into the red zone, it gets a little more compressed.
Give to the fullback up the middle.
Garness.
It's going to gain about 6 yards. Well, we also have a shout out to Trevor from Triton.
Yes. If you ever
Yeah.
need a ride, a professional ride to the airport, he's your guy.
We hired Trevor when my son came back last year. Couldn't get up there. My son got back. He's like, "Is he the nicest human being I've ever met?" He's like, it was incredible. Does a great job.
Oh, what a nice cut by Jackson.
Now those are some shifty little feet right there.
Sorry.
Jackson Kramer, the ball carrier.
Yeah, that'll bring up 1st and goal. And what an answer by Triton.
So it's going to be
March right down the field here.
4 left on the. So they're just inside the 10. So like you said, 1st and goal inside the 10.
About the 6.
About the 6-yard line. If I'm Triton here, I'm just going to keep the ball on the ground.
Way out. They're going to run it here.
We got 8 in the box.
Oh,
great job.
I think Max got
Max.
He snuck in there.
Peterson getting in there on a little defensive back blitz.
That's 6'5" on 5'8".
His mom, Kate, showed him how to do that. It was not his dad. His dad.
doubt that.
Were you a lineman?
More or less. I was a tight end they didn't throw to.
No, was it schematically they didn't throw it to you, or was
linebacker,
or was it a hands
offense.
issue?
It was probably both.
Okay. So out of the shotgun, Triton, he's going to roll right. It's a design keep. Nice run. He's going to be taking out the 5. A great job again by the Eagle defense.
Yeah.
Great pursuit.
Not a lot of space there for Pierce to get around.
We're going to have, it's going to be 3rd down and goal from about the 5-yard line. I mean, they're going to keep the ball in his hands. He's that good of an athlete.
Well, I don't know how you can't.
Well, it's like
let him run or make plays. Get him out in space, and that's what they try to do. They try to get to the edges.
So you're going to have 2 receivers left. They've got a slot, single back. Goes in motion, fake to give. It's going to be a touchdown for the Cobras. It's a nice throw and catch, kind of simple in route. You know what that play reminds me a little bit of? Do you remember a few years ago, Plainview would run that play all the time with the wide receiver that went to Gustavus to play basketball?
I'm going to blank on his name now. The kid we kicked off to.
We don't talk about that. I made the tragic mistake of sending Coach Kessler. Actually, I sent Coach Jensen a text message after the game and said, "Now you didn't really mean to kick to him, right?" The problem was he was sitting right next to Coach Kessler, so I learned my lesson that you don't text in defeat. So,
Valdez is set to kick with the hold from Thomas. Center is number 52, Austin Scanlon.
I don't know much about their kicker. Do they?
I don't either.
Kick is up, kick is good,
Kick is good.
Based on that kick, it's got a leg.
Well, we got a ball game.
Got a ball game, 7-7.
Yeah.
Lourdes Eagles and the Triton Cobras.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a ton of defense yet. I mean, I guess in the first series for the Eagles, but, in that one, Triton kind of marched it down pretty methodically. And, I think Eagles, it's tough. Pick your poison. I mean, if you want to play press coverage on these receivers, you're risking that over the top. So you could look at that and say we're too soft, but I understand the schematically that bend don't break is probably better than get torched.
I mean, I talked about the weather again, but this season, I mean, this fall has just lasted, right? I mean, you got great weather.
Yeah.
I think even next week, I think the weather's supposed to be decent, through the week. Maybe not, 60 degrees and beautiful with no wind, but still pretty nice.
For sure.
So, gonna have who's deep on the kickoff?
I think it's Gabe and Max.
Gabe and Max.
Ed's the up back.
Quinones and Peterson are going to be deep on the kickoff.
Valdez is kicking.
7-7 ball game here at Rochester Regional Stadium.
Byron answered. They're up 7-6 now.
That is a tough Byron team. They are very, very good. I just saw the school population numbers in the area. Byron continues to grow. I mean, I think they're the second biggest school outside the Rochester Publics. So the kickoff is going to be fielded at about the 13-yard line by Quinones. It's going to be the 20 to the 25. It's going to be taken down. Nice job by the Cobras on that coverage. Taken down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good play by number 6, Koss, and number 7, Gavin Young, to converge on Quinones.
Well, now the Eagles get the ball back, so I'm kind of curious to see what they do here. Are they, we saw some creativity in that first drive. I don't know that that's a play I'd seen the Eagles run.
No.
The one that Chase took down the field.
I think we're going to see something on the ground. I mean, until the Cobras can prove that they can stop it, I think you got to go with it.
Carroll's going to be the give to Peterson. He's going to be taken down after a gain of about 2 yards. There was not much available there. He was met right about the time that he reached the line of scrimmage.
Middle linebacker Hunter Garnes with a nice job knifing in there, making the tackle.
So we're going to have 2nd down and 8. Clock is ticking just under 3 minutes here to go in the first quarter. The other thing Triton has is they've got some big kids on that defensive line.
Yeah, they do.
It's going to be Carroll. He's going to give.
That's
Lovely. It's going to gain about 4 or 5 yards. Eagles are going to have third and about 4, third and 4, I would say.
3rd and 4. Yeah, so this is a big down for the Eagles. It'd be interesting to see what they call here. I mean, it's at 4 yards. They could run it, could pass it.
I could see them running something to the edges here, a little option.
Yeah, the corners are up in press here, so motion was lovely.
Carroll on the
keep, and he's going to get the
first down. Great job. A great read there.
Yes.
You know, they converged on the fullback. He kept it, got about 6 or 7.
Yeah, they ran the option, and the option totally fooled their linebacker. Just tackled lovely, and Carroll just slipped in right behind him and got the first. Great play.
It's what you want to see happen, right? That misdirection and, you know, making those defensive players think. Carroll's going to come under center. The Eagles have the ball at their own 38-yard line.
Blitz. And here they come.
Another keep.
There's
He's
the
going to put up the middle.
Oh, and a great
job by Carroll again. You know, he had a couple options there, which was nice. You know, that D end, or maybe it was an outside linebacker, kind of converged on Peterson. And, again, just another nice run by Carroll. He's really getting comfortable there behind center on his reads.
15-yard gain. That's another Lourdes Eagle. First down.
So the Eagles are in Triton territory for the second time tonight. Coming out in an I formation. I can't even give Coach Kessler a hard time because they came out early in a game and they weren't in I one time.
Yes.
There's going to be the give to Peterson. Nice run, kept those legs moving. He's going to gain about 2 or 3.
Max Peterson, ball carrier.
And again, Garnett's coming up at the middle linebacker position to make the tackle.
Again, for those at home that are enjoying this broadcast, cannot say much more thank you to Mr. Bergman for what he provides in the setup. He's been doing this for years now for Lourdes Athletics, and we really appreciate it. Carroll under center, 2 receivers to the left. They've got the ball at the Triton 45, a little play action. Looks downfield, he's going to scramble out. Nice job.
He's going to be close to the first.
Get it short, just about 2 or 3 yards. I thought for a moment we might get a little bit of a block in the back on the outside there as I watched the replay. But he didn't. No, he was off to the side. Yeah. It's the other beauty. We get to see the replay right after the play happens. Yeah. So it's going to be what, about 3rd and 1? Do the Eagles have the tush push?
We used to. I don't know that I've seen it recently.
I got to tell you, watching the actual Philadelphia Eagles game where they did that like 5 times in a row last night, I hope the NFL does something about it.
They got to get rid of it.
3rd and short. It's going to be the keep by Carroll. He's going to get the first down. He's continuing to fight. He's going to get inside the 35 to the 34, and that should be the end of the first quarter.
What an excellent first quarter. Both teams coming out showing some offensive abilities. I mean, for the Eagles, the ability to run the option is big. You know, until the Cobras can stop that, I think you ride that.
Yeah, the Eagles have to be happy with this effort. You know, they got the early defensive stop, got a short field, scored. You know, and like you talked about, when Triton has those kinds of athletes, they're going to move the ball down the field. And they're going to have opportunities to score during this game. So this is what the Eagles need to have, a good sustained drive where they continue to push the ball, control the clock, you know, keep their defensive guys off the field to the extent you can. A lot of them are playing on offense too. Keep them healthy, keep them ready.
Shout out to number 54, Dustin Olson, from his coach, Alan from North Branch, traveling football back in the day.
Oh,
thanks for tuning in.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. We got somebody watching their Cobras in Salt Lake City tonight.
Salt Lake City?
Thanks for joining in.
That's fantastic. Wonder if their weather is as nice as ours right now. I know it was getting cold kind of in the west. I know my son who's in Bozeman said this week it's going to be largely in the 40s. So Not quite our weather here in good old Minnesota.
I got a shout out to the 2006 Cobras. They're claiming they were the best team in 2A history. That may be, I don't know. Also shout out to Brendan Trahan, former Lourdes Eagle.
Oh, Brendan.
Fullback, 2016 Lourdes Championship team.
And kind of a crazy special teams player.
Yeah.
I remember watching him.
Shout out from Maymaw again for Luke Roth. Every week,
That's
too,
awesome.
so.
I love it. Here come the Eagles. Lovely in motion. It's going to be the give to Lovely. He is still fighting for extra yards.
I think he got 4 there. Yeah, he got to the 30.
We're going to have 2nd down and 6. I've really been impressed with this offense. I missed last week. I was gone. I was at a wedding. Appreciate Coach Jensen, Dave Jensen, for stepping up doing the broadcast. Quite frankly, he does a better job than I do.
I agree.
So, and Coach Jay, I coached baseball with him for 3 years. I mean, just an incredibly great guy, principal at St. Pius, and nobody knows sports much better than Dave.
No.
It's going to be the kid. Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what. Great job by Lovely because he hit the hole and he got stood up.
I watched this. I think Chase intended to pull that out.
Is that
seemed like it, and Ed said, "No, that ball's mine."
And it might have been based on right after the hit happened. Chase grabbed his face mask, like, maybe I should have kept that one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have 3rd down and about 3 or 4, give or take.
Long 4.
So this is 4 down territory. So you're gonna see the Eagles in motion. Quinones. He's going to throw out to the flat.
Oh, what a play!
Again.
What a play!
Down to the 10-yard line. What a run by Quinones!
Give him the old spin cycle there.
That is fantastic. Yeah. Great job.
That's the classic. Jensen came in and tried to just hit tackle, not wrap, and Quinones just spun right off of that. Great play.
That is fantastic. So we're going to have 1st down and a goal. It's going to be at the 10-yard line. They
first and goal.
Put down the sticks. Carroll remains under center. We got 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left.
It's interesting. Like, they play their corner completely inside the split wide receiver.
Well, I mean, they've seen the scouting report, right? I mean,
it feels like that's just an easy fade to the corner.
But the odds in us throwing the ball are
they're bringing Caleb
not
now.
high.
I don't know. Yeah.
Now it'll be interesting. I'm assuming they're going to split out Caleb here at Kimbaloo.
Yeah.
Because of his height, he's a tough matchup out on the edge.
Yeah. So now they're playing a little different defense here.
But they're rolling Peterson over the top. It's going to be the keep by Carroll. He's going to be taken down at about the 3-yard line. He almost escaped that last defensive player.
I think he got to the 3. Interesting on that one. They have Peterson who's playing the pitch. And that is a very dangerous pitch.
Yeah.
If you make that pitch.
Yeah, if he goes all Andrew Van Ginkel and takes the pitch,
that's what I had in my head.
So we're going to be in that stack formation you do see the Eagles come out with on occasion. We're going to 3rd and goal inside the 5. Carroll's going to keep. He's going to be taken down at about the 5-yard line.
I think we'll kick the field goal here.
So it'd be, it's an interesting question. I don't know. So they got to go 95 yards if you don't convert, right? Now we have a great kicker, so
yeah. Here comes the kick team.
Here comes the kick team.
Yeah,
we should have been able to predict this because as we all have a group text during NFL week and college week, we know what Coach Kessler would say in that group text about what would he do? Kick it. Got to kick it. Got to kick it.
Yeah, and Ben Seeger's done a nice job this year and fully capable. So take your 3 if you can get it.
So this is going to be a 22-yard field goal for the Eagles. Here comes the attempt. The hold, it's going to come up short. I think there was a little bit of a problem on the exchange because you saw Seeger
it was
hesitate just a little bit which I don't think allowed him to get his plant leg and get the kick through.
No, that whole operation was a little off. So Triton gets the hold. It's a good defensive stop for them. Eagles need to reciprocate here.
Just had an announcement of the score. Byron 7, Stewartville 6.
Yeah, I'm
that's
straight on that one as well.
You are a multitasker.
I do. I like.
He's got everybody watching at home. He's got a lot going on his computer right now,
I do.
and he always comes incredibly prepared. He's got the depth charts, and I really help him put those together.
You do not.
I do not, but I do show up on time. Generally,
I'll give you that. If that's an attribute, I guess you get it.
Peterson steps back. Oh, nice throw.
It's Jensen just kind of found that pocket in the zone.
Peterson did a nice job.
Just drilled it.
That's the thing against the zone defense, right? If you have receivers that sort of understand being able to settle down into those voids, you can effectively throw against the zone. It's like the Cooper Cup, right? I mean, he did that so well in the NFL. Find space, settle down, catch the 10-yard curl. So out of the shotgun again. It's going to be the give to the outside. Nice job.
There. I think
that is
Beacon Langsdale.
Yeah, Langsdale on the tackle.
Coming on the, I don't know. I couldn't tell if he was blitzing. No, I just think he just read
Just
that
came
out
up.
and just shot the gap. Nice job by Deacon.
It's big. Get him behind the chains here on second down. Makes a big difference in a game like this. So we're going to have 7 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Triton's going to come out of a tight I formation. He's going to roll out. He's not going to have much opportunity. That goes down. It's going to be picked up by the Bulldogs.
Out a fumble.
Great job by the Eagles. It's
Great job by Jonathan Bergman. He didn't take too sharp at an angle. I was talking to his dad about that before the game, and saying if you see him out in the flat, you go flat.
Yeah.
You don't try to
maintain integrity. Absolutely.
And he did exactly that.
Great job by the Lourdes defensive line tonight has done a great job. We saw in the first drive, and we've seen in this drive. They're getting some push. They're getting some press against these Cobras.
That's a loss of 23 yards or something like that.
Yeah, this is going to be third and,
or maybe 20
lot.
yards?
Yeah, it's going to be third down and 32, I believe?
31. Was it?
Triton did.
Triton is coached by Brandon Nesseth. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Do you know how long he's been in that position?
It's been a few years. I don't know exactly. I think he's done a nice job. I think he grew up in Byron, somebody told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Byron and Passon. I can't remember which one, but
I wanted to give a shout out to Jeff and Marnie Bigler, longtime supporters of Rochester Catholic Schools and Lourdes football. They are watching the game from the shores of Lake Vermilion, where I will be heading this evening after the game is over.
What's the weather supposed to be like up there?
Tomorrow, nice, 60s and sunny.
Okay.
Sunday, a little bit of rain.
Ooh.
So we'll see. But I'll tell you, when I arrive there and get over to the cabin, it's going to be cold.
I was going to
be real cold.
This time of year, you can get some frigid weather.
Yeah. I'll be getting in probably a sleeping bag because blankets are going to be cold.
So this is third down.
Third and a lot. There's not a lot of plays. Yeah.
So,
not a lot of plays here.
31.
Peterson's going to drop back. Good penetration. Low screen. Inside screen.
That's Jensen again, yeah. But
it's a good play, right? You get a little bit of it back, and
and I think if you're Coach Nesseth, you're thinking, hey, we need to just get a little more room to punt this ball.
Pass complete to Garrett Jensen. Eagle defense.
Big stop for the Eagles. That's the beauty of deferring and, taking the kickoff in the second half is, if you can punch in a score here, you're in great position.
Dover
Get the ball back.
7-0 on Rushford Peterson early in the game there.
That's a big game, too. It's going to probably determine the 5-6 seed. That punt's going to be short. See what bounce it takes.
Takes the Triton bounce. So get it about.
Eagles are going to have the ball, though, in Triton territory from about the 48-yard line. Now it's time to take advantage of this, Eagles.
Trying to get a score on the Chatfield Caledonia game. Caledonia up 14-0.
Wow.
On Chatfield.
Tell you what.
That's what I'm saying. This section.
Well, it's interesting,
so
right?
Close.
You know, the playoff seeding, if Caledonia wins that game, you know, Caledonia lost to Rushford, but they would have beat Chatfield. And Chatfield will no longer be undefeated. So it'll be interesting to see how that seeds out.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
So the Eagles are going to come under center. Chase Carroll. It's going to be the give to Peterson. Nice little cutback. He's going to gain two or three yards there in the play. You know, one of the things I'd like to see from the Eagles is I'd like to see Peterson a little bit more on the edge. You know, a lot of his carries tonight have been really up the middle, you know, in kind of in between the tackles.
Yep. It's a nice hit by Wiley Demmel. I think number 62 on that. I think that's who made the tackle.
So we're going to have 2nd down and 7. Kimbaloo is split out to the right. Got to pay attention to him. It's going to be the give to Lovely. He's going to gain 2 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 5. With 4:24. You know, whatever happens here, you want to at least get a 1st down, control the clock, make sure that you don't give the ball back to Triton. You know, because that would be a fear of mine with the way he can move and throw the ball, that, you know, he could probably move a team down the field pretty quickly if they got the ball back.
That said, at a certain point, you do have to throw the ball.
You do, and here, yeah, right, and we are.
Which is,
I would assume here.
Happen.
No, there was one to Quinones.
That's right.
I think that was.
Yeah.
It's going to be the keep again by Carroll. That should be a 1st down.
So they came out in definitely what would have looked like a throw set, where you had Kimbaloo split to the top, Peterson in the slot, and you're thinking pass.
Spread out that defense. You don't have 8 in the box.
And a nice run. Again, Carroll, you know, you wouldn't mistake him for Peterson in terms of 6'5" and all that, but boy, he moves really well.
When he hit that hole fast.
Yes. And
that
like
was
I said,
impressive.
I've been so impressed with his vision.
Nice run by Peterson. He's going to be taken down after a gain of about 3 or 4. We had that clock. It's going to roll down. It's going to be under 3 minutes at the time this next snap
I think
occurs.
Coach Kess would be delighted if we could run this clock all the way down to near nothing and punch one in.
That'd be how you want to turn over at the half. So you'll be interviewing Coach Kessler at the halftime?
I will be. So in a little bit, I'll head down. I'll get out of your hair.
Okay, if you could you thank him for the forward pass that he did? That would be great. So we're going to have 2nd down and 7. The give is going to be up the middle. Wow, we got 2 linemen.
Yeah. Andrew Holtet, I think, with the tackle, and just hung on. I mean, Lovely was, just an inch or 2 away from breaking that through.
Well, that double team block looked like Michael Orr from the blind side. They took him about 10 yards back in the defensive backfield.
So here we are in 3rd and 5 again. I mean, 4-down territory here.
For sure. And I'll tell you, I think they're going to run the ball here for that reason.
Yeah.
Keep that clock running.
There's the give to Lovely.
It's going to be the keep. Carroll, he's going to be taken down after a gain of about 1. Now, that time, I think he might have had the pitch to the outside.
That one he needed to pitch.
Yeah, although that linebacker did a good job. If you're going to make that tackle on the option quarterback, go to that outside shoulder, right? You know, force him back to the inside where you have some help. But I think that was probably a pitch to the tailback. So we're going to have 4th down and 3. Short yardage situation for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think they could go about just about any route here, pass or run. Interesting formation. They put Caleb almost as like an H-back here.
It's going to be a timeout by Coach Kessler. It's going to be the first
timeout.
lined
up. I think they were completely confused as to what was going on. Good timeout.
Coach Kessler's not like Coach Fleck. He's preserved his timeouts. They're not all gone about, didn't Coach Fleck call a timeout before we'd run a play last game? Wasn't that the first? I mean, literally.
He literally
with 15 minutes
called
left to go in the first quarter. Yeah.
Well,
I shouldn't be critical because I actually really like Coach Fleck and what he's done with that program.
I'm assuming that his previous employment must have been, with somebody that didn't allow you to roll over vacation time into the next year. So you better use it while you got it. Big down here for the Eagles and the Cobras.
The crowd started to fill in tonight, which is great. On this beautiful fall night. It's going to be 4th down and 3, minute 22 left to go on the clock. We're going to see
I would not be surprised to see a boot and a pass to Deacon Langsdale, a tight end down at the bottom of your screen, number 11.
We got Lovely is going to be in that sort of wing position. It's going to be the rollout. He's going to look to the flat. There's nothing there. He's going to scramble up the middle. It's going to be taken down short of the first down. We're going to turn the ball over on downs.
That one you got to just let it loose.
Yeah, when he rolled out, you could see the flat was covered. There wasn't much available.
They had Caleb going on a deep one, and I think maybe you just chuck it and hope for the best.
Yeah,
but nonetheless,
it's a little bit of a tough play design because on that rollout, Chase would have to turn square his shoulders, right? Yeah. I mean, it's
true.
That's a lot to ask now. So yeah, I'm blaming the coaches on play design, I guess. So my apologies. So we're going to have 1st down and 10 for Triton.
13, and we're coming out in just a 3-man front here. Interesting.
Yeah, this is sort of almost that sort of dime/prevent. Peterson's motioning. He's going to throw that ball out of bounds. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. What a job by the Eagles.
Yeah.
Look at that defensive line.
It's just
there's no overcommitment.
Don't let him get outside of you. Great job by Jonathan Bergman.
Did you watch any of that football game last night with the Giants and Eagles?
Some.
Okay, Jackson Dart is fun to watch.
Yes.
I mean, he may get killed this year by the way he runs the ball as a quarterback, but he is incredibly fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fascinating when he comes out of the ball game and Wilson comes in the New York crowd and just booing him relentlessly. I felt bad for Wilson.
Between Dart and Scatabo.
Yeah, they're exciting.
He's going to roll out. He's got a receiver. He's just going to overthrow him. It's going to be 3rd down. You come up with the stop here. The Eagles could get the ball back with some opportunities.
Yeah, and that's the issue you have when you chuck the ball. If you don't make some completions and run the clock, you might just give the Eagles another chance here.
So it's going to be 3rd down and long. With 1 minute and 1 second left to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, the Eagles just sitting back and with only 3 rushers. We'll see if Langsdale comes. He doesn't. He's spying. He's spying.
Yeah. We have multiple.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Yeah, you saw number 11, Deacon Langsdale again. I see receiver spying him. He's just mirroring Peterson. That's excellent defensive design there. Very impressed with that.
Great job by the Eagles D. So we're going to have 4th down. Triton's going to have to punt. We've had pretty good field position after punts, and so it'll be interesting. So they have Max Peterson back at about the 35-yard line. So, they brought him up a little bit. It's only about a 30-yard drop right now. So it'll be interesting to see here. Problem is, any punt under 40 yards, you're not going to generally field because it's just going to be too challenging. That is a good punt. Great job by the Cobras. Nice punt. It's going to be down inside the 15-yard line. So I could see, Triton's got, 2 timeouts here. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Kessler does, but I'll be surprised if he puts the ball in the air.
Yeah, I think he'd be content. I mean, Triton has 2 timeouts, right? I mean, we can... I don't know that we can run the clock off. I think we probably can.
Yes, they could.
I think it's one of those where you probably run the ball on first down. If you get a decent gainer, maybe you go into what they call NASCAR mode, where you're trying to do a hurry up offense. But
they're definitely coming out. It looks like they're gonna down the ball, go into the half, and we'll see. It looks like Triton is content to let that clock run down.
Well, the math is.
Yeah.
They could take 2 timeouts, but then we down it on third down and half.
Correct.
So it's not worth the effort. Oh, I got to hustle down.
You better hustle. Be careful running down the stairs. So they're going to run. Oh, it looks like they are going to allow the clock to expire with the single snap. So the Lourdes Eagles and the Triton Cobras are going to be tied going in half, 7-7. Great half for the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to be incredibly happy with this outcome. I mean, they did a great job. Defensively looked great. Offensively looked great. Chase Carroll has done a heck of a job behind center. So, for those listening from home, we sure appreciate you joining this YouTube broadcast. And again, Mr. Bergman, we really appreciate his effort. If you guys have ever had an opportunity to come up to the booth, you'll see there's about multiple computers going, multiple cameras going. We have cameras on the field. So we're going to turn it over to Dave and Coach Kessler.
Can you hear me, John? You got me now? Okay. Coach, tight game.
Yeah, it is. Kind of what we expected.
Yeah.
No points after that long drive kill us. That was tough.
Yeah.
But, they made some plays. Credit them, and defense was playing pretty well right now. They had one drive, otherwise, we're making them earn everything, so that's got to continue. But they're really throwing more than we thought. We thought they'd run the ball more, so that's kind of throwing us off a little bit of the game plan. But I expected them to come back out more in their I formation second half and try to run the ball, because they haven't ran the ball at all. They're kind of trying to pick us apart. They're doing a nice job because he's running around.
Yeah, and defensively, I mean, I'm assuming the kids are all keyed on Peterson. Don't let him out of the pocket. I've been so impressed with the DNs and the linebackers keeping him in.
Have to. It's critical. We know how good an athlete he is. And I'm really pleased with what we've done so far in the first half. Let's got to continue it. Great game, and we got an opportunity to win this thing.
Offensively, some good things. What do you think about the second half?
Well, disappointed the last couple of series. We just got to execute better up front. I mean, we missed a couple opportunities. We're close on a couple ISOs. So we're there. We got to hit some pass plays. No doubt about it. Our play action's got to be better than it was in the first half. So expect some more play action second half.
Okay. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
And that concludes the interview between Dave Peterson and Coach Kessler. Lourdes Eagles 7, the Triton Cobras 7. We do have the potential here for a halftime interview. We're a little unsure. I have not seen him yet, but James Essig, Dude Essig from Triton, who is has coached at Triton, is a friend of ours, and his son is one of the Brady. He's one of the coaches at Triton. He was going to stop by for an interview, but he had to come all the way over from the other side of the field, and we have not seen him quite yet. So hopefully have an opportunity here to chat with him at halftime and here up in the booth. So it looks like he's making his way, so it's going to be a good time interviewing Mr. Essig here once he gets into the booth. So again, great half for the Eagles, 7-7. Unfortunately from the booth I can't hear the interview between Coach Kessler and Dave, but I'm guessing Coach Kessler's very happy with the effort that he's seen by the Eagles. Defense has done a great job. We've seen some looks that we don't typically see from the Eagles, some formation looks, and also defensively with the 3 down linemen, the way that we structured that. And, it was good to see, and they did a really nice job in terms of containing Peterson. And it is, for those watching from home or from us here in the booth, it's a lot of fun to watch a kid like that, an athlete like that in southern Minnesota. We've been blessed with a ton of great athletes here, great football players in the area. And, as a fan of high school sports, I don't know that there's anything better than watching a kid like that perform. And we have some on our side of the field, too. You've ever watched Caleb Kimball, who, as an example, play basketball, play football. That is one heck of an athlete. So I think we are going to have Mr. Essig here join us in the booth. You know, we're gonna do a little interview, so we got a microphone here for him. You know, now stare into the camera, okay? So it's right there for you. So introduce yourself to the people at home, to the Triton fans as well at home.
Hey, dude, Essig, good to see all you guys.
It's good to see you, dude. What do you say? All right, what do you think of that first half?
Tale of two different teams. We like to throw the ball. You guys like to run the ball, and that's exactly what happened in the first half.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of. I would say the game plans for both teams are essentially what we would have expected, right?
And I would say we got off to a bad start with a hold on the opening kickoff, or the block in the back, and that was blatant. And then we took a sack, and after that it was. You know, we gave you a short field, and you did exactly what you needed to do. So,
Now,
great drive.
Now, you did not go to Triton, right?
I did not. Nope.
So, where did you go to high school?
Spring Valley.
Okay, so you grew up in Spring Valley, right?
Play football there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right, now what year did you graduate Spring Valley?
In 1991.
You're a 91 grad, because I remember I'm a 95 grad from Decorah. So I remember hearing this story when I was in high school. Actually, I was like in 8th grade. But I heard the story of a quarterback from Spring Valley who once threw 6 interceptions in the game. Do you know that guy?
I do.
Okay, who was that?
That was me.
Okay. Now I'm assuming you had an incredibly forgiving coach.
I mean, just think how good that I had to be if they left me in there after I threw the 5th. That's all I gotta say.
Now my understanding.
And by the way, 9 for the year. Just had bad night.
Everybody has a bad night. Now,
just like Dave did the other day at the Rochester Country Club. Dave had a bad day.
I've had bad days.
Now, the other thing about that game, which I think is interesting, and I don't know that he's listening from home, but my understanding is, had there not been a bad snap by Kelly Lee, who's a captain with the Olmsted County Sheriff's Department, that you still win that ball game?
We'd still do win the ball game and I love Kelly Lee. If he could reach down and pick up a football in the end zone without kicking it through the end zone, even without my horribly terrible performance that night, we still would have won that game.
Now, what I'm going to make sure I do is that we're going to take a clip of this, and I'm probably going to send it to Kelly later just to make sure he understands and we give him a hard time on this broadcast.
For sure. For sure.
I tried to get his better half. Should be a way better interview. But we got to talk a little bit about their team last night, who won a huge volleyball game. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so last night we were up in Kenyon Wanamingo. They're a single A school, but perennially a great volleyball program.
Great volleyball program.
And we went up there and we won. We took them 3-0. Close games, 25-23, 25-23, and 25-20, I believe. Now we have a chance to win the conference championship on Tuesday. If we win, I believe we're the champs.
That's awesome.
And congratulations. I should elaborate. James Dude's wife is the head coach at Triton Volleyball. So congratulations, Lori, on the excellent win.
Yeah, Lori does a great job. I mean, she's done a great job with that program. I had the opportunity to watch her last year, and watch her some this year too, because you guys came to Lourdes and played and defeated the Eagles. And
I will say it was a great team win last night. There was a bunch of. There wasn't just one star. There was a bunch of kids that all just did their job, and it was fun, super fun to watch.
That's awesome.
And that makes high school athletics all just so great.
Exactly.
Yep. I got to ask you, switch back to football.
Yep.
So, I mean, you've been watching 2A football for a long time. I had somebody tweet in for a shout out that the 2006 Triton team is the all-time greatest 2A football team. I don't know if that's true or not. Okay. But we're new to 2A.
Sure.
So this is interesting. And when I checked last, I saw Caledonia was up 14-0 on Chatfield.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know.
So we were saying, well, if that held, or Caledonia, I mean, this section could go 4 or 5 different ways.
Right. Yep. And I will say, just a shout out to both head coaches. I've got to talk to Coach Kessler and Coach Nasseth, and instead of either of them complaining about getting into this tough section, they both said, like, I embrace the challenge, and I like the kids, and I will tell you, like, there are 4 teams that could get out of this section, and my hope is, obviously, I'm jaded, I hope it's Triton, but whoever gets out of this section, I hope they're healthy, and they have went through a grind, and they're going to be a better team for that, being just pushed the whole year. And I went, and I guess I don't know Dover's record offhand, but they're a 4-loss team right now. That is one good 4-loss.
They played Lourdes hard. They played Triton hard last week. I watched that film, and that's an excellent team that the record wouldn't tell you that.
No, and there might be some sections in the state that team could win. You know, like,
no doubt.
So I'm like, and whoever survives this section, I just hope they're healthy and they go on and they'll be a great representative. I know Jackson County Central is rolling, but Jackson County Central also, they played a half of football every game.
Yeah,
you know? And our teams will have gone through here and went through the gauntlet, and it's good football. Like,
so let's speculate for a moment. So we don't know the outcome of this game. So setting aside the outcome of this game, if Caledonia holds on and beats Chatfield, do you think? I mean, Caledonia has a tough loss to Rushford Peterson, but do you think Caledonia holds on, or I'm sorry, does Chatfield hold on to that number 1 seed in the section if they win on Wednesday?
I think so.
Probably.
I think so. It's like, I would say, coming into this game, we were talking, and it's one of those things where this is I talked to both of you guys. I said this is going to be a good game. And the thing is, the difference between the 2 and the 4 seed is huge. You know, the 2 seed gets 2 home games. The 4 seed is going to have to go to Chatfield, assuming everybody wins their first game, which in this section is no assumption whatsoever.
Exactly.
But I would much rather play a Chatfield here in the 3rd game than there in the 2nd game. If it's you guys or us guys, or I'm like, that's a huge deal. Like, it's grass down there, it's their home field. And by the way, Chatfield's a terrible place to watch a game from a visitor.
It is not.
It's not ideal.
It's not ideal.
I will contend. Sorry, Caledonia. It might be better than watching a game in Caledonia because I'm not the tallest guy in the world.
You can't see over the fence?
Well, you can't. The field's
the field's taller than you.
Yeah, it's like, I'm looking up and trying to figure out what's happening.
It's all calculated. I think they have it all calculated down there.
Makes it really hard. It's a little different than being here at Rochester Regional Stadium where we're spoiled, being able to play our home games.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you can't tell us anything, but I interviewed Coach Kessett before going into halftime, and one thing he said, he was a little surprised that the Cobras didn't run hardly at all. That they knew they'd pass it, but to be, almost 80-90% pass, that was a little surprising.
Pass heavy, yeah. That could change a touch in the second half, but we got to get some first downs. We have to get some first downs, and
those big lost sacks.
And get behind the chains, right? Which makes it so hard.
Yeah, we'll have to stay away from the penalties. The field, like, honestly, for us, if Lourdes wins this game, they're gonna have short fields. I don't know that they can grind out 80-yard drives against us, but 30, 40, 50-yard drives, that's realistic. We can hit a big play, but we already noticed from up above in the booth over there, they're not letting us do that. Like,
I was saying, Coach Nessa did a nice job taking advantage of what was being given to him with that soft coverage. Take the 8, take the slant. The touchdown was a slant. There's some gap there. But
we've watched Lourdes football for many years, obviously. And I have not seen them come with 3 down linemen very often.
No, that's
out of respect for the Triton offense, what they do, what Pierce does at that quarterback position. So it's been interesting to watch that kind of play out. And I'm sure we'll see more of it, right? It's been effective up to this point.
And probably gonna get up to the booth here.
Anybody listen? If something works in the second half, it's probably because I called it.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll switch back with you, Dave. So again, here we're getting close to ending here the second half. The Lourdes Eagles are 7, the Triton Cobras 7. So far, I mean, just been a great football game. And, you know, you have two well-coached teams, good athletes on both sides of the ball, a good crowd. You know, I mean, I don't know if there's a better way to spend a Friday night.
Absolutely. No, for sure. I know there's probably a minute and a half left, but they'll pump another 5 minutes on here. But I know he truly, everybody who doesn't know him, he's known as Dude, so we aren't just making that up.
Yeah, no, it's not our nickname for him.
But yeah, no, it's fun. You know, I've enjoyed at the times when we can get some people from, you know, the visiting team up there in the booth. I mean, we were talking about last year when they were playing Stewartville. We had Adam Peterson up here, which was a lot of fun. I was watching a little bit of his pregame.
He's so good.
Oh,
he's so entertaining.
Good. Yeah, he does a great job.
And, you know, the great thing about him, and this is the thing about high school sports, right? I mean, you know I'm a high school sports fanatic, so are you, right? And, I mean, that's part of our connection to Dude, right? I mean, we talk about it, we text about it,
correct,
other teams. But, you know, it's guys like Adam Peterson, right, who they know everything about all the kids. You know, I remember when my kids were playing sports still in the system. You know, he knew the sports your kids played, what they participated in, did they play a lot, what position, and it's kind of really, it's just such a great thing to have for the sports community as a whole in southern Minnesota.
No, it's good to have those boosters, if you want to call them, or people like, you know, are around these programs that help get them going. Dude's a great example of that in Dodge Center for the Triton community. And does a great job with them.
And you know, and these broadcasts too, you know, pre-COVID, it didn't really exist, right? I mean, there wasn't this idea of bringing the high school game into your home, and when we started doing this, it's largely because of Bergman, who was willing to do it. You know, I think the first year you did it was when our oldest were juniors, right? I think it was the first year we did the broadcast during COVID of their junior
so that
year.
Would have been 5-6 years ago, something like that?
I know, it's hard to believe. And, you know, we
had
the opportunity. I know. Well, I mean, it is kind
John's chuckling over here.
It is kind of shocking. I mean, we've said some stuff in the past that I get home and I'm like, Shane, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be back. But apparently, well, first, it's not governed by the FCC, so we got that going for
okay.
I don't think the KTTC broadcast. We didn't know one time they weren't on. That hadn't switched back to the studio, but you know we're still here.
Human.
So, but yeah, I mean this is a ton of fun. We enjoy doing this, and you know it's a way to stay connected for me, whose kids aren't in the system, and it's fun to watch families of kids that I know, and what you were talking about, like with Triton, right?
Yeah.
You know, So Dude's got his daughter Reagan, who I love watching playing basketball.
Great basketball player.
I mean, tremendous. You know, last year I think she hit 10 3-pointers. Can't remember against who. Maybe it was Chatfield. Set the Triton record, and you know they got a really good young high school girls basketball team.
Dude's son is an assistant coach, Brady. On the Triton team, and a former
wide
player
receiver,
for
Gustavus too.
Gustavus, wide receiver. I think he was quarterback in high school. I'm pretty sure he was.
Okay.
So. And he did not break his dad's record of throwing 6 interceptions in a game, as far as I understand.
No, and you know, the funny thing is I did look through the record books today. I actually did prepare, but it was mostly to make fun of Dude. So I did go through and looked at the record books, and shockingly, that is not the record for most interceptions in a game.
Oh, what is it?
I think it was 8.
Oh.
And there was also somebody in like 1972 who had like one team had 9. Now they might have switched quarterbacks in between. But I looked at that and I'm like,
that's a lot of picks.
That dude didn't even accomplish anything with 6.
I know. He probably sends that person a Christmas card.
Yeah.
But well, we'll see what happens in the second half here. You know, as I said, you couldn't hear it, but in interviewing Coach Kuss coming in the locker room, really pleased with our defense, obviously. They did have the one long drive. As I mentioned, you know, he was kind of surprised they didn't run it nearly as much. He thought maybe they'll probably run a little bit more here, and then on the offensive side of the ball, said we're close on some of these ISOs. We're just real close, but acknowledge that maybe we got to hit a couple passes too to win this game.
So I got a shout out, but there was a question that I'm supposed to pose to you.
Okay.
That they saw during the Coach Kessler interview. They wanted to know on a nice, cool fall night, why you chose to wear swimming trunks for the
Oh, they're not swim
Coach
trunks.
Kessler.
These are shorts. These are
Okay,
legit
I'm
shorts.
just telling you.
They
that's
kind of
not-
look like swim trunks, but they're shorts.
I was just asked if they were
No,
swim
no,
trunks.
no. They're not swim trunks.
No, they're very patriotic. So
Yeah,
they
exactly.
are
They're
just
stars.
patriotic shorts.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about the fact that I'd be on camera when I wore these.
Yeah, we forget that normally it's just from
yeah,
top
exactly.
up.
Like when we're up here, you can only see chest up, but no, it's these are legit.
So I had no choice. It's a shout out. Generally we have to say whatever we get in the shout out. Sometimes now we have to read the shout outs.
We need to read them first. We need to
just
read
to
them
make
first.
sure there's, no one's trying to fool us with something.
I don't know who to
On that
do
note, do we have any shout outs before we start
I think
here?
I
in the
got
second half?
I think I got a number of them, but
And just to be clear, because I do find the guy to be funny, it was Coach Biergum who asked me to ask you about swim trunks. So, Coach Biergum, who was a coach when our kids were still playing, our oldest were playing football.
always a troublemaker. Hey, shout out to Dominic Simonson, former Eagle, watching from Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, awesome. He was on the 2018 championship
Yes, he
team.
was. Yes.
That's why, that's a part of it, right? You get these people who are watching these games from home. I just love it. So here comes the kickoff to start the second half. It's going to be a high kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Peterson about the 16-yard line. He's going to run to the right. Little cut up. Runs into a defender at about the 28-yard line. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm curious to see what we come out in here. I assume we're going to continue to just pound the ball on the ground.
Well, and you couldn't fault them for that if they do that. We had a lot of success running the option, particularly with the quarterback keep. We'll see what kind of adjustments Triton makes on that.
Well, and Chase Carroll's had a just tremendous game here in the first half. I didn't get a chance to find out what the yardage was up to this point. Nice run by Peterson. Oh, great job. Went a little bit airborne on that last little part.
Yeah, and that's that ISO play, I think, that he got a great lead block there by Ed Lovely on to boost him through to get to the second level.
There was a little bit more out in the edge. It was still not necessarily what I would call an outside run, but that was a nice run.
Yeah, I think they're content running underneath those ends. Those ends are kind of stand up. I think they're playing kind of outside. Yeah, they're definitely playing outside, like almost wide nine kind of a look.
So we're going to have 2nd down and 1.
Here's the give to Lovely.
He's going to get the first down.
That'll be a first, yep.
So we're going to have 1st down and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Shout out again from Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Aunt Mary and Diane are watching Robert Bauer.
All right, you're a Wisconsin guy. Where is Sturgeon Bay again?
So we're by Green Bay.
Okay. I think we talked about this. I kind of hope they're not Packers fans, but they probably are.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
All right, we're going to have a little bit of a little stack on the outside here. I think they have too many men. We have too many men on the field. We're going to have 12 in formation.
What? That's not...
Yeah, we got 12 men in formation. We have 3 in the bunch, 2 in the backfield, and a Kimbaloo on the far side.
Oh.
Which is probably why there was confusion, because you had too many people lining up in too many positions. So that makes it hard.
Ideal. All right. And those are the kind of penalties that just kill a drive, too.
Correct.
Those mental mistakes. Well, they come back out and they more or less
formation,
the same.
just
kind
with
of
one less guy.
Kind of a trip bunch formation.
It's going to be out of the shotgun. It's another keep up the middle. So now that time Triton adjusted, right? We tried to run that same kind of, that shotgun with the kind of the drop in the middle.
Yeah. Nice play there by number 50, Andrew Holtet.
So it's going to be 2nd down and long. 2nd and 11 for the Eagles. Tell you what, standing for these games, my legs start to get tired by the second half.
You need to work out.
Yeah,
Same formation here.
I do need to work
This
out.
time a Kimbaloo in that bunch.
Out of the shotgun, they're going to look. They're going to throw to Peterson. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to be the 45. Nice run. He's going to be up to the 49-yard line. Nice gain there on the play. We're going to have 3rd down and short, about 3rd and 2.
Yeah, that's a great gain. Starting off 1st and 15, getting the 4-yard carry on 1st down, and then getting it's an interesting spot. So we got 3rd and 2.
Yeah, going to have 3rd down and short.
I got a
9:18
feeling
left to
you're
go.
going to see either Ed Lovely or Chase Carroll running the ball here.
Yeah, typically you're going to see sort of that inside option action. Oh, it's going to be straight give to Peterson. Nice run up the middle for the 1st down. Continues to grind those legs forward. A nice gain of about 10 on the run.
Yeah, well blocked up front and a nice gain. Nice run by Peterson. Just keep those legs moving.
I tell you what, it does not take him long to get the clock rolling again in this game, even sometimes before the ball is reset. So we're going to have, which we like if we can take the lead, keep that clock going. It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 42.
Abe Lovely down, split out at the bottom. Deacon Langsdale, your tight end at the bottom right.
Peterson out of the eye. It's going to be the keep. He's going to gain about 2 yards. Ooh, wow. I'm shocked at the spot. It seemed like he got to the 40-yard line. Oh, they are going to give it. So he's going to have the ball at the 40-yard line.
Valdez with a nice tackle there.
Second down, and looks like Lucas Brooks is in at tailback. Max Peterson's getting a rest. Ooh, a little.
Yeah, you saw this play last week. It worked really well last week.
Yeah, it looked like Triton, probably saw it on film, right? So they did a great job identifying.
They fake like a dive to the right with Lovely, and then he does this kind of 180 turn to run option the other way, and it just was completely bottled up by the Cobras.
So we're going to have 3rd down and 9. Clock continues to run, which I always think is in the Eagles' favor here. Are you looking for a little score in that?
I was trying to see a score. I think it's halftime, and Byron at Stewartville.
3rd down and 9. I could see them throw this ball up to a Kimbaloo, almost a jump ball, but Peterson.
Yeah. Oh, he's got him deep. Oh, he had him.
Oh, Peterson with the interception.
Yeah.
He's going to take it back to the 20. This is dangerous. Him in open field. He's going to cut back against the grain. He's going to have an opportunity here on the edge. There is going to be a penalty. That's going to be a change of possession, but likely come back. It's going to be the 15 to the 10 to the 5. He's going to get in the end zone, but I suspect that penalty, there will be a change of possession, but I suspect the penalty is going to bring the ball back.
I think so, but wow.
But that talks about his ability in the open field, right? Which also shows what a great job the defense did in the first half. So,
yeah, and that was a pass that it probably needed to get out a little quicker or further, one or the other.
Well, and you could see kind of the
change of possession, personal foul, illegal blindside block, return team number 51. 15-yard.
So legal blindside block led to the change after the change of possession.
Right. It's a crackback.
But you could see sort of in the pre-snap read by Peterson, he was slowly drifting over to a Kimbaloo's side.
Yeah.
Because the Kimbaloo's going to have probably 3 to 4 inches on either of their corners. And so, him as a safety.
Half the distance to the goal. First
Okay.
down, Triton.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of acted like a punt, right? I mean,
It
frankly, it's better than a punt.
I mean, thank goodness there was the penalty because otherwise it was pick 6. But so Eagles are going to have to buckle down here a little bit. I wonder if Peterson's a little winded after
can you imagine?
running 80 yards.
I'd need oxygen. I would not. Yeah,
Well, we know that.
Well, I don't think I could even run that far anymore, to be honest. I mean, maybe if someone was chasing me. life and death. But I might also just sit down. So 6:33 left to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be
Ron.
Gain of a couple.
Followed up there. I think that's Destin Olson getting in there at D tackle, making a play.
Eagle defense led by Jonathan Bergman.
And Bergman, who's playing a heck of a game.
He's been all over the field. All over the field. Triton's going to come out in that pretty standard shotgun look. They got a couple of receivers over to the right. Langsdale's coming up on the blitz.
It's a fumble.
He's going to drop
He's
it.
got to drop down on it.
Ball got a little slippery for him, so it's going to be third down and long. I think you'll see that that same coverage formation.
I think he was running before he had the ball because the snap was good, looked like. Boy, we've seen Triton in these third and long situations a number of times.
Yeah, they've really been behind the chains this game.
Big down for the Eagles.
See Coach Johnny Jensen is also watching from home.
Hey, Coach.
So it's going to be
split out.
3rd and 14.
Here's a
Peterson's
run.
going to be a keeper.
He's not going to get
He's
it.
going to spin, but he's going to be taken down for a short gain of maybe a one.
That's a
or
nice
two.
job by Luke Roth.
So that's a huge possession, right? You throw the interception, Triton gets the ball, you stop them, you're going to probably get really great field position. I just, one of these times, the first few punts were short, then they hit the big punt. I'd like to see the Peterson kid have an opportunity to return one.
Yeah, I'll say in high school football,
you just don't see many
you don't see a
returns.
lot of
No.
punt returns because you just don't. There's not a lot of punters that get that kind of hang time like we see in the college or the pro game. Certainly, that's a false start.
Yeah, it must be a false start. So when our boys were juniors, there was a senior kid who was a gunner and destroyed a couple of returners. If you remember, he had the problem. He kept separating his shoulder.
Oh, Trevor.
No, not Trevor Gregerson. I mean, he was a nice player.
Not Trevor Gregerson.
Well, why am I struggling? His dad is a county board of commissioners now.
Oh wait, who am I missing?
Remember, he got hurt at the Cannon Falls game. Went to the hospital, reset his shoulder, came back in. Graham Hopkins.
Yeah, Graham Hopkins. Yeah.
Man, we're getting old with my memory. Ooh, we got some pressure. It's going to be fielded by Peterson at the 40-yard line. He's going to have an opportunity. Cuts back to the 35 to the 30. Not much there. Pretty good coverage by the Cobras. Nice job fielding the ball. Yeah, Hopkins, and I think he also returned punts if I remember. But he lit up some kids on punt return coverage. I remember, he was tough.
Yeah.
I remember his senior year. I think we played Dover in the first game. It was at Dover, and they were like resetting his shoulder over the bench. I think you and I were sitting by each other. I was grimacing in pain watching it. So Peterson is back in at tailback. Carroll's going to give to Peterson. Nice run, nice cut. Get to the outside. Great job by Peterson. Going to be taken down at about the 28-yard line. Great run. Gets up just a little gingerly. Nice job by Peterson. Lucas Brooks is going to come into the game, give him a little spell here, give him a little break.
Couldn't quite tell if that was shoulder or what that was.
He's walking off with on his own power.
It might be one of those where he got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
Just like, I need a second. Yeah.
Is there anything worse than that? I mean,
Mom
is a horrible feeling.
Mom is freaking out right now, I can tell you that.
Well, yeah, I get it. I get it.
But he's fine.
Dad is unconcerned. Rub some dirt on it, get back in the game.
Here's a pass.
He's going to look, shakes his shoulder a little bit, not a lot of opportunity. He's going to throw it down. almost caught it on the
That
tip.
one was a little ill-advised.
That's a ball you probably don't throw up. I mean, anytime you got a 6'4"
Peter Sean was right behind
safety.
Langsdale, but Langsdale somehow almost came down with that one.
That would have been the catch. That would have been like, was it Antonio Freeman who killed the Vikings on that Monday night game?
Yeah, where it bounced off the D-back.
Chris Dishman. Bounced off Chris Dishman. Into
Why do you got to bring up those memories?
Oh, it was terrible. I remember watching it in NFL. You can stand back up if you're not touched, which made it worse. So we're going to have 3rd down and 3.
There's to give the lovely. That's a first down.
I think you got the first. Yeah,
Yes,
first
you
down
did.
and 10 at the inside the 25. It's a good drive by the Eagles.
Shout out to Sam Week from Greg and Shelley Week, watching from Gulfport, Mississippi.
I love Gulfport. There is a great
Never
bar
been.
on the water there. We did a guys trip there one time. First down and 10 from the 24. Keep by Kara and the pitch. The pitch is a little gets back and
I don't know.
can't tell.
I think Triton got on it. Yeah, they got on it. And that has been a huge problem for the Eagles this year.
The turnovers.
Is the turnovers, putting the ball on the turf.
Rolling on the field is a backwards pass recovered by Triton. First down.
Or a pitch.
Or just a pitch.
Yeah,
Just a pitch that hit the turf.
that's right.
So we're going to have Triton's going to have the ball with 2:39 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Who's going to be the first team that answers the call here? Eagles coming out in a 4-front.
Triton's going to come up in that tight eye formation to give to the fullback. He's going to gain about 5 yards. That was Garnis.
That was a quick hitter.
Garnis with the quick hitter. We're going to have 2nd down and 5. I do think what you're going to see, and you talked with Dude about this at halftime, I think we're going to see them run the ball a little bit more here in the second
think
half.
so. I mean,
We've done such a good job defensively against the pass.
There's the toss.
Pitch
to
He's gonna get
Kramer.
to the edge. I think he's going to be just short. I went out of bounds. He should be short by a yard or 2.
Jackson,
Ran into the sticks.
Yeah, that was Kramer. Should be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 2, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right. About 3rd and 2. It was a big defensive play.
Yeah, this is a dangerous play because you worry too that if you play for the short yardage and you bring everybody up, is that one where they play action
Toss something over the
try to go over the top?
Coming back in that tight formation.
There's the give to Kramer.
and
He
he's
is
gonna be
not
stopped.
going to
He
get
is
there.
short.
Deacon Langsdale with a
Great
great
job.
play.
Let's see what they do.
It's
gonna be 4th down and short.
I got to believe they punt the ball.
I would.
Maybe not. They don't look like they're going to punt. Interesting. Of course, this could be one of those two where you go in the shotgun and then you do the pooch punt.
Yep. Yeah, I suspect he's a good enough athlete to pull that off.
I would think he could. Gutsy call if they go for it.
Coming out, and again, yeah, they are going to be in that shotgun. I could see this just being a simple quarterback keep, too.
It is.
It is. He's going to get to the edge. Puts
Oh,
his
and he
shoulder down.
got it.
Nice run. Nice run. He's going to have the first down. It's going to be first down at about the 40-yard line. I mean, Lourdes Eagles did a pretty good job there, but I mean,
They did. We were there. It's just Peter Sean lowered the boom and got through the tackler.
went out of bounds, so the clock is currently stopped. You know, it really hasn't even cooled down that much tonight. I mean, it's really pleasant. Now, we also are in the booth, so.
That's true. Under center again. There's the
It's going to
toss.
be pitch.
Is he going to pass? No. It kind of looked like he
It
was
looked
gonna
like
pass.
it, didn't it?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to have some Cam Akers action.
Yes.
So
Eagles with another minus
big
play
play.
on first down. We've seen a number of them tonight.
Great job by the Eagles. I want to also give a shout out to Mike Hunt. That was from, what? No, Mike Hunt. Mike, do you know Mike? He's going to pass into the flat.
All right. I do have an update on the Byron-Stewartville game. Byron's up 14-6. Big down here for the Cobras. Peterson coming out in the shotgun or the pistol.
Peterson.
Chase, but he
Great job
gets
by
loose.
Chase. Going to look backside.
And he gets the first down. And the Eagles, they're just like right there. They just got to finish that. They just got to finish that tackle.
Yeah, both Mike and Shelley, longtime supporters of the Lourdes Eagles. They're from kind of in like southwestern California.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be at the 49-yard line. There's going to be 16 seconds left to go. He got the first down.
He did. Eagles have had a couple of downs where we needed to make a stop. The big fourth down run by Peterson, and now the big third down run by Peterson. He's starting to get loose here. Eagles got to tighten up a little bit. What do we got? We got a timeout, or is that end of the quarter? End of the quarter.
And the Lourdes Eagles 7 and the Triton Cobras 7. What a great 3 quarters of football.
Well, I'm not sure you could dial up, a better game in the sense that 7-7, 2 4-2 teams fighting for position in the section. Going into the fourth quarter, Triton with the ball at midfield. Peterson, tremendous athlete, showing some skills here. Lourdes buckling down. Somebody's got to make a play though on the Eagles.
No doubt.
At a certain point here, somebody's got to make a play.
Ooh, Eagle Marching Band, there's an announcement. Can you hear? Do they have U.S. Bank this week?
I think they are. Shout out to Owen Garnes, former Cobra, watching from Mankato. I'm assuming related.
Oh, must be a brother
Must be
or
related
a Hunter?
to Hunter.
I love this song. It's playing in the background. I think this
I
is
know.
a song from,
It's great.
what's the...
It's Notre Dame, right? They always do this.
Yeah, Notre Dame does it, but what's the movie? The Boston,
I don't know.
I can't think of it.
I do not know.
So we're going to have a tight bunch formation to the right.
Well, that was not Peterson under center, I don't think, was it?
It's going to be a...
No, I think that was Graydon Thomas, number 4.
A little bit of a change.
Yeah. Yeah, Graydon Thomas coming in for that, I guess, first down, 3-yard run. Interesting play.
So the score. I was confused by the scoreboard because it says second down and 15, but it's going to be second down and what, about 6 or 7?
Yeah, it's 7. There's the sweep to Valdez.
Oh, great job! Great play by Lovely.
It was really sniffed out really well by Luke Roth, is the one that pushed it out to Lovely, and then Lovely caught the ankle there. So we have a 3rd and long again. I got a feeling we're going to see Peterson on the move.
Yeah, some type of rollout that they're going to try to get somebody in the flat. Although, we've been great against down and distance, these kind of 3rd and long situations. Looks like Triton's
That's
going to
true.
call
They're
a
going to call a
timeout
timeout.
with 10:35 left to go.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, now you got to wonder here too. So you have 3rd and 14, but you're at midfield. It might be 4-down territory for them, you know. So what I'm saying there is, you know, they could they could run the ball here, try to catch you off guard a little bit, get that 6-7 yards, you know, with the anticipation that they're going to run a 4th down play if they don't get first down. I could see that versus a pass incompletion. Maybe they punt it. I don't know.
So Triton, they've got what, two
timeouts
left. That was their first one.
That's right.
Do we have any other shutouts?
Yeah, I'm gonna get. Yeah, I think I did. I don't know that I do.
So we're going to have 10:35 left to go. It's going to be 3rd down and long for the Cobras.
Still 14-6 in the Byron-Stewartville game. Byron up.
Tell you, that is a good Byron team.
It really is. Got Thomas split down at the bottom of your screen and Jensen up at the top. I think that's Valdez.
Peterson's going to roll out right. Nice contain. He's got a receiver. He's going to. That was a nice play design.
Yeah,
rolled out, came back to the left.
I think they got Kramer on the wheel. Yeah, Kramer came out of the backfield on the wheel and got a first down.
That clock continues to roll. It's going to be 1st down and 10 inside the Lourdes Eagles 40.
Get a stop here.
Little play
Peterson
action.
rolling out to the right.
He's
going
got a
deep.
receiver. It's going to get caught for the touchdown. That was, I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a throw.
It really was, and it was clearly I couldn't quite tell. They either found the exact soft spot, I'll say, in the zone.
Yeah.
Where it almost looked like Caleb was passing it off to Lucas Brooks. Not sure who had coverage there or not.
And the
but
receiver
they
did
caught
a nice
him right
job.
in between.
He did a nice job adjusting
Yep.
the ball.
Yeah. Well, the Cobras strike.
Oh,
You like
creative.
that? Yeah, that was pretty good.
Walked into
The
what's a group
aforementioned
of Cobras? A den of Cobras?
den, yes. Christian Valdez for the
Kick is
extra
going to
point.
be up. Kick is going to be good. The Lourdes Eagles are going to be down 14-7 to the Triton Cobras with 9:55 left to go in the clock. It's going to put some pressure on that Eagles offense here. You're going to have to strike back.
For sure. Absolutely.
Do we have any other scores from the area? Trying to see.
I was going to try to see what that Caledonia score was. I've got, well, St. Charles is rolling over Kenyon. I think
really? Okay.
that's kind of expected. Caledonia's still up 14-0.
Wow.
Going into the fourth quarter.
You know, Caledonia does seem to be an improving team, right? I think, you know, when they lost that game to Rushford, they had some injuries potentially in that game.
My understanding is in that game, I think the quarterback might have gone out or got hurt and was out for the balance of the game.
They had to make some adjustments.
Yeah. So let's see, at 3A football, Pine Island just continues to roll up 41-0 on Lake City.
Talented group.
Yeah, that's a good team. And then let's see if I can get some other area scores.
Mayo's
up
over
17-7 over Owatonna.
Northfield beating Century.
Northfield, yeah, 14-0.
John Marshall play tonight, or did they already play?
I do not know that. Oh, they're playing right now. They're losing to New Prague, 21-16.
Kick is going to be up. It's going to be fielded by Peterson. It's going to be at the 25. 30. He's going to cut back. He's going to be taken down at about the 28-yard line.
Brought down by
So Eagles have got to find a spark here on offense. They got to get something going, and whether that's go back to the option and hope Carroll can find some of those seams he was finding in the first half, or whether you mix it up and try some of these other pass looks that they've had. It'll be interesting to see what they call here. Plenty of time left. I'm not suggesting they got to be passing.
Great run by Peterson. He's going to be up for a gain of about 5.
Yeah, that's a good gain on first down. Call it 6, I think. And then, I would imagine we're going to see another run here. Just keep the chains moving.
You just need a good sustained drive here. Obviously, you got to punch it in. It's going to be 2nd down and 4.
Motion from Abe Lovely, and the give to Ed Lovely, who gets bottled up.
What, about 2?
Brady Staub.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. It's obviously not panic time. There's 9 minutes left to go in the game.
No.
But it does beg the question here. If you don't get the first down here, are you going to try to convert? And is it already 4-down territory just because of the nature of how your offense operates? And
I don't think so.
Do you have that kind of quick strike ability?
I think it's a punt if you don't get it, but they're going to get it.
3rd down and 2.
There's the give to Love.
Keeping the outside. He's got Peterson. It's going to be a first down for the Eagles. Great read, great pitch, first down. It's a big play.
Yeah, I thought they fooled me. I thought it was Lovely, but Chase pulled it and ran that veer very nicely.
That's what makes it so hard to defend, right? It makes it so hard to defend.
And you'll see the Eagles run to the short side of the field, even on option. They've done that for years. Oh, there's a little flat pass to
It's a nice
Lovely.
job.
It was a nice job by Koss to sniff that one out.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Holted. Sorry.
Coach Jensen says that we have better obscure Vikings references than he had last week. So we're going to have 2nd down and 9 for the Eagles, 7:20.
Oh, there
was a
miscommunication there. Chase held the ball out to his left, and Ed went to his right.
That makes it hard. Makes it hard. A little bit of communication.
So now we're
problem
3rd
on
and
that play.
10 here for the Eagles, and they got to make something happen.
So I suspect is Kimballou is not in the game currently.
He's not.
Not out at receiver, so it's going to be 3rd down and long for the Eagles. Little fake, little play action. You can step up in the pocket. Nice little cutback. He keeps running hard. He's going to gain about
I think
4
they'll punt
or
it.
5.
They'll punt it, yeah.
With 6:25 left to go, the Eagles are going to punt.
Didn't really have any time to get in the pocket and let the play develop. Gabe Quinones is the punter, number 2, back to punt. It looks like Valdez is your return man for the Cobras.
Snap is good. Punt is up. Good punt. Ball's going to take a Lourdes bounce. It's going to be down at about the 12-yard line. Great punt by Quinones. Triton's going to get the ball with 5:46 left to go here in the
If you're the
fourth
Eagles,
quarter.
You need to stop.
You need to stop. I think you got to
If
be
you're the
aggressive.
Cobras, you want a long drive here.
I suspect that we're going to see the ball on the ground by
I
Triton
would
here.
think so. Run some clock. It'll be really interesting to watch Peterson's career at Penn State, just to see what they do with him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would think they would put some weight on him at tight end, but I mean, he's such an athlete.
Motion, keep by Peterson. Nice cut up the middle. I think he's going to be just shy of the first down. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. He's fast, he's big, he's tough,
Yeah,
he can move.
they run some motion there and just enough, I guess, misdirection there that it just kind of opened up that interior run.
.5:17 left to go. Going to have to get a stop. You're not going to allow him, can't allow him to continue to churn out
I got to
first
believe
down.
this is going to be a give to the fullback, and it was.
He's going to have enough for the first down. It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line.
First down this next down is a big down for the Eagles. You know, they can't give up the 9 yards or 10 yards. They've got to get a stop. You got to get them in 2nd and long. Put them in passing situations.
Well, Big Ten update. Rutgers has beaten Washington 10-0. What is that, Callie McManus, the old Gopher quarterback?
Don't remind me. Although we beat them.
We did beat them. Thanks to Drake Lindsay, our current Gopher quarterback. So 1st down and 10. It's going to be a keep to the left. It's going to gain about 5 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, this is just a play. They double on the DN and just let Peterson get to the edge, and he picks up 4.
So we're just gonna get under 4 minutes here. Clock is working in Triton's favor. You know, you can give up maybe one more first down, but you can't give up 2.
No, I agree.
They're kind of running a bunch formation. You know, they're just gonna be a power style of football right here. It's gonna give to the edge. There's not much there.
Nothing there.
It's a big play. Will Coach Kessler call a timeout here?
Not yet. I think he's waiting.
Not going to take the timeout.
No 2-minute timeout or 2-minute warning, whatever you want to call it in high school. They ought to have that. I'd be in favor of that. 2-minute
The 2-minute warning
in high school? No?
They've gone to it in college. You know, it was always just an NFL thing, so
yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. So we're going to have, it should be 3rd down. It's going to roll out. Nice job on the contain again. He's going to chase him. He's
that's got to be grounding, isn't it?
Well, he's outside the pocket. He had a receiver. 8 was in the area.
But again, no, I'm not sure that high school still has that outside the pocket rule. They didn't.
But he had a receiver generally in the vicinity.
30 yards away.
Well, you know. High school quarterbacks aren't that accurate.
So, okay. But yeah, like I said, no, outside the pocket, I get it if that's the rule.
We don't make a lot of predictions. I'm predicting a punt return for a touchdown right here.
Oh, my gosh. Don't do that.
I
don't predict that.
I'm telling you. He's slippery. If he's even given the opportunity to field it, that's a different story.
They're going to angle punt it.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, he's faking it.
It was an attempted fake.
Oh, he got the first down. Wow.
I will give Triton credit there. That was a great design, right?
It really was. Yeah, we were clearly in punt return mode, and everybody bailed, assuming there was a punt, and didn't stick around to see if there was a punt. Reminds me of the Lake City game.
Oh,
that fake punt. That's a killer for the Eagles, and a great punt, a great call. By
that happened when our boys were seniors against Plainview.
Yes.
Eventual team in the state championship game. So it's going to be a keep by Peterson.
Nothing there. Now you got to start taking the timeouts.
Yep. With 2:10 left. It's going to be 2nd down and long.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, I would just be keying on Peterson.
Rochester Lourdes, their first
Oh, that's a backbreaker for the Eagles.
That's tough.
I pulled
Little
up the Byron
things.
Stewartville game. It's still 14-6. It looks like Stewie is
Turnovers,
driving.
special teams.
Turnovers, special teams.
This evening. Also, a thank you to those working our spirit shop all season. We appreciate your efforts to spread the school spirit.
Oh, shout out to Max and me from my mom and dad and Aunt and Uncle Mark and Beth watching
Oh, that's
from
awesome.
Forest Lake. Hope you're enjoying.
Tuning in to a little YouTube broadcast.
Shout out to Rebecca Knutson.
Knutson. We don't know where Rebecca is. We've had Southwestern or Southern California. We've had Salt
Last
Lake
week
City.
we had, yeah, what did we have? We had probably 8 different states, I think I counted last week.
So we got 2:10 left to go. It's going to be second down and 10.
This will be a give to the fullback, Garness. No, it's a toss
They'll
to
pitch to
Kramer.
the outside.
Oh, good run by Kramer. Just keeps going.
That
And
is
the Eagles.
He ran hard.
He did run hard.
It's going to be third down and about
Are
4.
we gonna take a timeout or no?
Eagle defense led.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Well, this is the play. You know,
Rochester Lourdes, their second of the half. Please reset the game
Yeah.
clock.
because
No, this is a game. A first down here and the game's over.
yeah, if they get the first down, they're going to be able to kneel out the game. So it'll be interesting to see what the Eagles do here. Do you sell out? I think you
Well, I
do.
think you have to.
Yeah, you
I
sell out
don't
on the
really think
run.
you have a choice. And if they decide to do something with throwing the ball, you know, this is one of those plays that I always love. Like a little fake pass and a pop pass to the tight end. If I'm the Triton offense, something along those lines. You know, maybe a wheel route with the back getting out of the backfield like they did earlier.
Something creative.
Yeah, I mean, because you know the Eagles are going to sell out.
Yep.
And with the athleticism of Peterson, I mean, it's going to be hard to get a quick sack on him. Are they playing Rocky IV music here?
Sounds
One
like
of the
it.
greatest movies of all time.
Is Rocky IV?
That's
is that the Russian?
Yes, Drago. Don't you even disagree with me on that?
I mean, the whole Rocky series is pretty good. Well,
If he dies, he dies.
He dies.
What a great line.
So we're going to have third down and about 3 out of the shotgun. I assume the Eagles are going to, well, like you talked about, it's going to be a nice
they
run by
blocked it up,
Peterson.
and Peterson's
He's going to get to the 30, to 25, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
I just wish
by
he would have
Pierce
dropped
Peterson.
the ball like the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh,
into the end zone.
Dave Mercado.
Yeah, what a
Dropped the
run.
ball
You
at the
know,
goal line.
and you see this a lot on these third and fourth and, bunch plays because there's nobody back.
There isn't. You're
When you
selling
bring
out on the
everybody out,
gaps,
you
right?
sell out, and he got through, and that'll probably be your ball game here.
Yeah, it's tough without timeouts and just the nature of, even if you score, having to try to
Yeah,
get
it's
an onside kick. It's very difficult.
very difficult at this point. So,
Kick is going to be up. The kick is going to be good by the Triton Cobras, and they're going to take a 21-7 lead over the Lourdes Eagles with 1:51 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
well, I mean, credit to the Triton defense, really. I mean, obviously the offense, they made some plays here, but Triton defense is really what's impressed me in the second half. I mean, Lourdes offense just was pretty anemic, I would say, in the second half.
It was
We
a
weren't
tough second half.
We weren't able to get anything going. And
Had the turnover.
Yep, had the turnover. We just couldn't quite get anything going, and they really played that option a lot better. So, all phases of the game, right? Special teams, the special teams play, the offense and defense. I mean, to beat a team like this, you're going to have to. You don't necessarily have to be perfect, but you got to be good.
Correct.
At all 3 phases.
Well, the Eagles are going to have to come out here and throw the ball. We'll see what happens. Not left with a lot of choices. You
Yeah.
have to put the ball in the air.
Yeah. Valdez kicking again.
Was that a bug?
Yeah.
Not a mosquito, though. I bet.
No, it wasn't.
It's
It was like a
for
little
mosquito.
moth or something that got in here.
That's the one nice thing about going up north right now. There are no mosquitoes. A little bit
Little
of a
pooch
pooch
kick.
kick. It's going to be fielded by the up man.
It's lovely.
Lovely. He's going to be to the 35. He's going to be to the 37, to the 40. Nice run. He's going to continue going, fighting up to the 42-yard line. And here you guys, you're going to see the Eagles, I'm sure, come out in some sort of NASCAR formation, right? Their attempt to move the ball down the field
Yeah, you're
quickly.
Yeah, you got to score now, and then get the onside. But either way, you just don't want to see any quit from the Eagle team
Right.
here.
So with 1:43 left to go, the Eagles are going to come out in shotgun formation with two receivers right, two receivers to the left. Carroll's going to drop back, looks across the middle, not much there. He's going to roll out. Just does not have any receivers available. He's going to be sacked at about the 35-yard line. That's tough. There was not much available. You know, it's tough for a right-handed quarterback when
Rolling
you're rolling
left.
to the
Yeah.
left. It's just so hard. You're throwing across your body. So look,
There's a catch by
Good
Michael
catch.
Seeger.
Michael Seeger is going to be caught at the 46. I don't know. Did he get out of
I
bounds?
think his foot got out as well.
Okay.
I thought I heard the side judge say his foot was out, and I think that's right. He's called him out of bounds.
So clock's going to stop. It's going to be third down and about 5 for the Eagles. Just going to look, surveying the field. There's not much available. Got hit in the face. Got his face mask turned, but maybe I missed what I didn't see
Yeah.
what I think I saw.
Now, fourth down, I mean, you just got to let it loose at this point.
Yeah, this is, another one of those make or break moments. Obviously, you got to get the first down. The Eagles have one timeout left, but not enough to obviously impact the timing of the game. Three receivers to
think
the
we
right.
might see a
something
quick hitter.
into the bunch.
Yeah. Passes behind Quinones.
It's going to be a turnover on
and that'll be
downs.
your game.
I assume Triton's going to go into a victory formation here with 1:05 left to go on the clock. Credit to the Cobras. They continued to fight. They had some issues in the first half in terms of field position and penalties hurt them. They avoided those in the second half. It's, like our halftime conversation that we had with Dude. It's, the question of, field position makes a difference and turnovers and penalties, and they avoided those. And unfortunately for the Eagles, we had a turnover, and
Exactly.
and that was, I believe, it was still 7-7 at the time we were driving. We
It
were
was
in Triton
7-7
territory.
when we turned the ball over, and that was a killer for sure.
So here come the Cobras in that victory formation. We're going to see them pause, kneel down. They're going to have to do one additional kneel down, I believe.
Well, your Eagles will fall to 4-3. Cobras will go to 5-2.
Probably
one more regular season game left. I was going to try to catch. It looks like it's, at least what I'm looking at, says Caledonia's up 14-0 on Chatfield with a minute left. So assuming Caledonia wins, Chatfield now is 1 loss. Caledonia 2 losses. They lost to Triton and Rushford, right? I believe.
Yeah, it probably locks the Eagles into that 4 seed in the
Probably
section.
more than likely.
Assuming Dover wins that game, Dover will be the 5, so they'll get a home game against Dover in that 4-5 game. And Dover's a good team. And, we saw, I believe we got down 13-0 when we were at Dover and battled back. And so, it's not as if that's going to be that's not a given win.
No, for sure.
Sometimes you see in high school football in Minnesota, those first-round games are often pretty lopsided, and that's going to be a heck of a first-round game, assuming that's the matchup that we end up having.
We're right back here next week. Eagles' final regular season game against Plainview Elgin Millville. Not a section game anymore, which would have been last year. And so we'll see what happens. And that game, incidentally, is on Wednesday because MEA is next week.
Yes.
And then the playoffs, the first playoff game will be the following Tuesday.
And for those watching from home, I believe that kickoff is at 7:30 at night instead of the traditional 7 o'clock here at Rochester Regional Stadium. So, again, thank you to those watching from home. Thank you to Triton fans, to the Eagles, and hope everybody has a great weekend and enjoy the weather.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great night.